There's a reason only a small percentage of people rise to the top, whether in business, sports, personal growth, or life in general. It's not genetics, it's not luck. It's not that they were born into the right family or handed the right opportunities. The truth is far simpler and far more uncomfortable. Winners live by habits that most people are either unwilling or too undisciplined to adopt. Winners don't wait for a miracle. They don't rely on motivation. They don't follow the crowd. They build a system of behaviors that silently but powerfully separate them from everyone else. These habits aren't glamorous, but they are transformational. And once you understand them, you'll see exactly why some people continue to rise, while others stay stuck in the same patterns for years. Today, you're going to learn those habits, and once you see them clearly, you won't be able to unsee them. Habit 1. Winners master the art of showing up every single day. Most people show up when they feel like it. Winners show up even when they don't. This is one of the most defining traits of successful people. The world loves to glamorize talent, but a person who shows up consistently will outperform a talented person who shows up occasionally. Winners know this, so they eliminate excuses. They eliminate the mindset of waiting for the right mood. They eliminate the thought that motivation is supposed to come first. They understand something powerful. Consistency creates momentum. Momentum creates progress. Progress creates confidence, and confidence creates results. Showing up daily isn't about being perfect. It's about commitment, doing the small, repetitive actions that compound over time. While most people give up when progress becomes slow or uncomfortable, winners continue. They push through boredom, resistance, and self-doubt. They treat consistency like oxygen. They don't negotiate with themselves over whether they should work today, they simply do it. And this habit alone, this simple willingness to show up, is what builds unstoppable growth over months and years. Habit 2. Winners protect their mind like it's their greatest asset. Because it is. Most people let their minds get filled with fear, noise, comparison, doubt, and distraction. They let social media infect their attention. They let negativity shape their outlook. They consume information without intention, and it slowly rewires them to think smaller, expect less, and feel overwhelmed. Winners operate differently. They know their mind is where every decision, every idea, every opportunity begins. So they guard it fiercely. They control what they consume. They limit distractions. They pay attention to their internal narrative. They replace thoughts like, "I can't," with, "I will figure it out." They feed their mind the right things, books that strengthen their thinking, conversations that challenge them, environments that elevate them. They don't allow negativity to take root because they understand how quickly it spreads. And here's the difference. While most people let the world shape their thinking, winners shape their own. This mental discipline becomes a lifelong advantage. Habit 3. Winners set clear, specific, measurable goals. Most people have goals that sound like wishes. I want to be successful. I want to be healthier. I want to make more money. I want a better future. These statements are vague. They create no urgency. They create no direction. And without direction, progress becomes random. Winners don't operate like that. They set goals with structure. They define what they want with precision, from the outcome to the timeline to the daily actions. They break big goals into small, manageable steps that can be executed without feeling overwhelming. Their goals pull them forward because they are clear. Most people's goals fade away because they are blurry. And here's the key. Clarity creates focus. Focus creates consistency. Consistency creates achievement. Winners don't hope things will work out. They build a framework that makes progress unavoidable. Habit 4. Winners take responsibility for everything in their life. This habit separates champions from the crowd more than almost anything else. Most people blame their circumstances. They blame their past. They blame the economy. They blame timing. They blame others. They blame anything that makes them feel less responsible for where they are. Winners reject that mindset entirely. They take full responsibility even for things that may not be their fault, because responsibility gives them power. If they caused it, they can fix it. If they control it, they can change it. They view every setback not as an unfair punishment, but as feedback. They ask, what can I learn from this? How can I improve? What do I need to adjust? When something goes wrong, They don't waste energy complaining. They act. When they get knocked down, they don't argue with reality. They rise. Responsibility builds resilience. Resilience builds inner strength. And inner strength builds winners. Habit 5. Winners do the hard things first. The average person avoids difficulty. They procrastinate on anything uncomfortable or demanding. They fill their time with easy, low-value tasks that make them feel busy but keep them stagnant. Winners flip that habit on its head. They intentionally do the hard, important, high-value tasks first. They understand that discomfort is unavoidable, and instead of running from it, they attack it. When you complete the hardest task early, your entire day shifts. Confidence rises, energy increases, stress decreases, progress becomes measurable. Winners know the rest of the day becomes easier when they start with the work that matters most. This habit also creates discipline because doing hard things repeatedly trains your mind to stop negotiating and start acting. The average person's productivity collapses under pressure, but winners thrive in it because they've trained for it. Habit 6. Winners practice relentless self-discipline. Discipline is the ultimate separator, not motivation, not talent, not passion. Discipline. Most people treat discipline like a punishment, something strict, unpleasant, restrictive. But winners see discipline differently. They see it as freedom. The freedom to control their outcomes. The freedom to build the life they want. The freedom to rise above impulses, distractions, and excuses. Discipline is doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel like doing it. And winners master it. They wake up when they said they would. They keep promises to themselves. They stick to routines that build long-term rewards. They don't allow emotions to dictate their actions. While most people crumble under laziness or comfort, winners are steady, committed, and mentally unshakable. Discipline is the habit that keeps all other habits alive. Without it, nothing lasts. Habit 7. Winners surround themselves with high-standard people. You cannot outgrow your environment. You cannot succeed in a circle where success is mocked, discouraged, or misunderstood. Most people stay stuck because they're surrounded by people who drain them, limit them, or distract them. People who avoid growth, avoid accountability, avoid ambition. People who normalize mediocrity. Winners intentionally design their environment. They seek out people who inspire them, challenge them, elevate them, and expect more from them. They surround themselves with individuals who talk about ideas, solutions, goals, and improvement, not gossip, drama, or excuses. They understand something powerful. Your circle is either pushing you higher or pulling you lower. There is no neutral. By choosing their environment carefully, winners multiply their potential. Habit 8. Winners stay curious and keep learning. The average person stops learning the moment school ends. Winners never do. They stay curious. They invest in knowledge. They read. They study. They ask questions. They observe patterns. They seek new perspectives. They challenge their assumptions. Life is constantly changing, and winners keep evolving with it. They don't cling to old ideas simply because they're familiar. They reinvent themselves. They adapt. They expand their skill set. This mindset gives them a massive advantage. While others become outdated, rigid, and stuck, winners remain flexible, relevant, and ahead of the curve. Growth requires learning, and winners never stop. Habit 9. Winners don't fear failure, they study it. Most people treat failure as a dead end. Winners treat failure as data. Every mistake teaches them something. Every setback sharpens them. Every disappointment builds resilience. They don't attach their identity to failure, they attach improvement to it. The average person fears looking foolish or being wrong. Winners know growth requires risk, so they try, fail, learn, adjust, and improve. They treat failure as a stepping stone, not a wall. And eventually, the person who keeps learning from failure will outperform the person who keeps running from it. Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's the foundation of success. Habit 10. Winners think long-term, while others think short-term. Most people want instant gratification. They want the reward without the wait. They want the result without the grind. Winners play a different game. They think long-term. They understand that meaningful achievements require time, sometimes months, sometimes years. They're willing to stay patient, disciplined, and focused, even when the payoff isn't immediate. They make decisions based on who they want to be 5 years from now, not who they feel like being today. They understand that consistency multiplied by time creates exponential growth. Short-term thinking keeps the majority stuck. Long-term thinking builds the minority who rise. The difference between winners and everyone else isn't luck. It isn't talent. It isn't opportunity. It's habits. Small habits. Daily habits. Quiet habits. The kind of habits most people overlook because they seem simple, but they are exactly what build extraordinary lives. Winners are consistent when others quit. They stay disciplined when others drift. They take responsibility when others complain. They surround themselves with the right people. They stay curious, adaptable, and locked in on their future. And the truth is, anyone can adopt these habits. Anyone can elevate their mindset. Anyone can transform their life. The question isn't whether you're capable. It's whether you're willing. Because the moment you start living by these habits, you stop being part of the crowd, and you start becoming one of the winners.